morning on KTRS.
Hey, don't look now, but spring football, big spring football game is tomorrow on the campus of Mizzou. And then blink your eyes, we'll be talking about the upcoming season. Howard Richards is the play-by-play man for the Tigers, also assistant athletic director for community relations, also a really good dude. Howard Richards, welcome back, Big 550 KTRS.
Good morning, McGraw and Kelly. It's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has been.
Hello.
What are we looking for tomorrow in the game?
Well, spring football is sort of the culmination of the off-season program for college football. The beginning of it is off-season workouts, no pads. Spring football is 15 practices, and coaches get a chance, an early look, to see which players have been committed and dedicated to really improving their status going into the fall this year. So tomorrow, I think you'll get a look at those players that have shown that they have dedicated themselves to improving. And hopefully, from a man, you'll see much of that next year. I think the offense has really shown that it's going to be extremely competitive in the SEC this year, and the defense will be very much improved.
So how much of it is – I mean, you don't want any injuries coming out of spring football, but how much of it is no holds barred, how much of it is a scrimmage, and how much of it is a real game?
Well, it will be more like a simulated football game, situational football. Obviously, Missouri will have to do better on first down. So they'll have specific plays designed to maximize their opportunities on first down. Third down area, same thing. It's an area where Missouri definitely has to be stronger. You know, they were, I think, probably in the high 30 percentages. You want to get that up around 40 to 45%. 50% will be outstanding on third downs. That's an area where it just has to be much, much better. Receivers have to catch the football more consistently. And I think offensively, what they want to do is be able to start out the season and really establish themselves as a balanced run team and a passing team. So you'll see situations like that are set up to put Mizzou's offense and defensive situations in those sets to simulate different times throughout a football game.
Yeah. I also suspect that the second string, third stringers want to sort of get the attention of the coaches, so this is probably the best way to do it.
Well, it's the best look, the best time to get your younger players, guys that didn't get on the field last year, and some of the rising stars to really see what they're going to do in a simulated game situation. So that's where a lot of the so-called stars are discovered in spring football. And then that carries over throughout the summer workouts and eventually into fall camp.
Yeah. It's been talk about pumping some energy into a program with the basketball team, and they fired Kim Anderson, who you hate to see him go, but what Martin has done over the few short weeks, talk about putting some new energy into that campus down there.
Well, it really has. It has really turned the attention and focus on a Missouri program that was, a bottom dweller into a potential team that can challenge for an SEC championship. Depending on which recruits ultimately signed by the end of, probably the end of this month, whether it be Tillman from East St. Louis or Kevin Knox out of Tampa, he's probably more of the longer shot. But if you get one or two of those players, Missouri has a good chance to live at the top of the league instead of at the bottom. But, the whole campus, the students have received and reacted to the news of Conzo Martin's hiring. And I think it's going to be great for Missouri basketball, not just for next year, but for many years to come.
Yeah, Howard Richards with us, voice of the Tigers. How's your lawn coming this spring?
Hey, first cut last week. It is doing okay. It's healthy. It's green.
First cut.
No
First cut. Wow, you took a little while to have that first cut,
you
Doctor.
guys are going to be at it again.
All right, fair enough. All right, Howard Richards, you're always welcome here. Have a good call tomorrow, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, you too. Have a great weekend.
See ya.
You got it. Good man, Howard Richards, who spent 13 years in the CIA.
Yes.
After a NFL career, which he was drafted in the first round by the Dallas Cowboys.
Such an interesting background.
Yeah, really. Also, is voice of the Tigers here on the Big 550 KTRS. So it's a good man. He checks in from time to time as we keep an eye on Missouri football. All right, stay right. Oh, wait a minute. Am I? I always do this wrong. We 57:50, right? So I have another minute to go. That helicopter has really freaked me out.
I know. It's really interesting the way they're going about it. I guess it's more efficient for them to do it this way.
It's much more
instead
efficient.
of taking one of the what do you call it?
A ladder?
Yeah. well, there's a more
I don't know.
technical name that they use.
A scaffolding? I don't know how
I don't
you
know.
climb up the whatever.
All they have to do is fly from one to another to another.
It's really disheartening when you're just driving down the highway and you see a helicopter flying so low to the ground to the height of the power lines, and then having a man dangling out of this helicopter while he's working on the power lines.
Well, not only that, if you're sitting in a high rise and all of a sudden you see a helicopter
it was kind
lower
of,
than you are.
It was kind of like Red Dawn. Turns out Ameren UE is working on the power lines on 170, and they're using a helicopter and a man or a person hanging outside of the helicopter working on the power lines. But all's going as planned.